Okay, this video, I'm just gonna walk around it probably about 15 minutes. This is a 1999 Chevy 2500 454 automatic, and I'm just gonna walk around the best I can, show you the hood, just the paint, the chassis, the inside. I'll start it up, you can kind of listen to it. It's mostly bone stock. In my opinion, I'm not the original owner, it's 23 years old. It's had a couple owners, but in my opinion, it's had an extremely good life, just looking at the paint and the condition of it. And the previous owner, knowing them as well, it's had a nice life. So what I'll do is I'll just walk around, give me about 15 minutes. I'll just, do various angles, and then I'll take a bunch of pictures and whatnot. Let's just start with the outside. I'll just go to the front here. And like I said, stock. The paint, in my opinion, looks original. It's aged appropriate. This is kind of the pewter. And, the paint, it doesn't even, surprisingly, the hood doesn't even really have water spots. And with a good detail. It's winter right now. It's funny, I'm in shorts. It's like 20 degrees and yeah, I'm in shorts here filming. But here's the, the fender. And if you look at the paint, it blends nicely. And see the pinstriping here? It still looks good, but it's aged perfectly. And usually, if you have fender damage or it's a repaint, it's kind of painfully obvious unless you spend a lot of money, if you have $5,000-7,000, even more than that. But this not being a muscle car and just being kind of a simple Suburban, I can't imagine the previous ownership putting a $7,000 paint job on this. All the doors lock. The interior looks really nice. The door panels are awesome. The windows roll up and down and lock. Glass is nice and clean. All the windows, by the way, roll up and down. All the doors lock. And like I said, see how it's all aged? And there's like little scuff marks right here. There's a little bit of the weather stripping right there. And when you look at the inside, it's just a nice, clean door panel. And when you look right here, see the factory where it's the two-tone? It all looks like it's aged, because it's 23 years old. And the weather stripping looks like it's never been off. Just the way that the wear is. And now let's just go on the door panel itself. And this video might be longer than 15 minutes. Just bear with me. I just want, if you're watching this video, I know that you'd like to get a good indication of what it looks like if you're out of town. So weather stripping looks nice. It's still, when you drive down the freeway 80 miles an hour, 75, it's nice and tight. But all the paint it just looks consistent. Okay, so when you look inside here, it's just dirty. It doesn't look like there's overspray. Okay, and then looking down, there's like a little bit, there'll be like a little baby dent, like maybe from, I don't know, maybe a shopping cart, but they're very hard to see. But see how the weather stripping, or I'm sorry, the pinstriping, it's just all consistent and it's aged. And if it's a repaint, it was a really expensive paint job, and it probably would have been 20 years ago. Because you can tell if it's brand new, it's just super glossy. Today's technology is a lot better than 1999. Okay, and the glass looks real nice. I'm gonna hold the phone up. I'm just recording, but you can see the top is nice and clean as well. There's no damage from suitcases or garage door falling on it. It does have these window wings. It's just double back tape. So if you like the look of it, keep them on. They're on really nice. And they look good. I don't mind them. They look tasteful. They match the paint job, so I like them. Okay, then the front. Okay, the glass is real good too. There's no massive chips, no big dents. nice and clean. And then I'll, hopefully you can see I don't drop my phone here. It's just clean wheel wells, nothing fancy, just bone stock wheels. I don't know what these are called, but they're just steel wheels with kind of the chrome. Tires look, I don't know, in my opinion, at least 80% tread. There's a lot of tread. And the bumper chrome, or it's nice and straight. There's no gaps. And the paint here looks real consistent too. So if there was an accident, you can usually tell, because they have to repaint this. And then you can see right here, just perfect lines. It's nice and straight. And the paint on this side too it's really consistent as well. The pinstriping and the gloss, and just the way that, right here, if it's a repaint, and like I said, unless it's a show condition paint job, but I can't imagine anyone putting a show condition paint job on this. But who knows? Like I said, it's 23 years old. But in my opinion, most people don't really do a show condition paint job on a 99 Suburban. Maybe down the road they will, but right now, just looks like it's had a really good life. Let me go on the other side. I'll just try to keep a theme here. The next door, and I've got some personal stuff in here, sorry about that, but the seats are amazing. You'll be real happy with the condition. I mean, the seats are just soft. They're spongy like the factory. The headliner has no water damage. It doesn't even have like a tear. Usually when you get these older Suburbans, there's something wrong with the headliner. But this one, just nice and clean. All the heater, air conditioning, vents, they all work. And I'll go through the inside too. Carpet looks nice. I mean, if there's dark little things, it's just the carpet. I mean, there's no massive stains. There's no burn marks, no whatever. Not the best design in the world. I wouldn't recommend putting drinks in here unless they're sealed, but you gotta love little storage compartments and what they invent. Okay, on this door in this door sill, it's, it looks aged. The inside, it's just aged perfectly. It's all consistent. All the paint, all the weather stripping, it's kind of worn in that area. This felt looks perfect. Everything right here, see all the weld marks? I don't know what those are called, TIG weld or whatever, but all the paint, and you can see right here as well, just nice and consistent. And down here, nice and clean. Carpet looks decent. Let me show you the back seat too. Back seat comes out, as nice and clean. All the door panels, I don't think they've ever even been removed. There is a spare, which I'll show you. Glass inside too is real nice, as you can see. Okay, the right rear, it's nice and glossy. It doesn't look like there's any repaint or any warps. Right here, there's no sanding. The pinstriping ends perfectly, and it looks aged. Because if it looks brand new, it sticks out. When you got something 23 years old, it really sticks out. Even the screws, see the screw heads? They're all aged. They don't look like they're brand new or have had any type of brand new, scuffing or charring on it from like a socket wrench. Hinges look nice. See right here? And I know the reason why I'm speaking like this is I've owned probably 30 of these, from crew cab dualies, Tahoes. I'm not a dealership. I just love these trucks. Like some people like muscle cars, I like these 90 through 99 Chevys. But see here, look at the hinges. They're beautiful. They look like they've never been repainted. Normally these are really just rusty and real crappy condition. But the paint looks absolutely consistent with the factory paint. Here the door panel looks nice. I mean, everything works. Even when you do the remote, even this locks. The glass looks really good. I've never had this in the rain or snow. So, you know the little vents here that heat? I don't really know if it works or not. It does on the dash. But the glass is really nice. This hinge as well. Yeah, and the taillights, blinkers, everything works. If something doesn't work on the truck, I take all my stuff to Larry Miller Chevrolet. I just trust that if the dealership fixes a tail light or a fuse or brakes or just something, you know, I just figure it's done right. I know the dealership's expensive, but it does have the receiver hitch. It does have the 7-pin, and it has the brake module, which I'll show you inside. So I think the paint is original here as well. Okay, right here on this door, or I guess quarter panel, glass is the same. This is consistent. All the screws look like there hasn't been any business, you know, loosening them up. Maybe this angle, I don't know if that looks better, but you can kind of see the top. And hopefully from this angle you can, well, I know there's a lot of shadows and a lot of stuff, but I tried to get it out of the sun because the sun hides everything. But if you just look at you see like there's a little mark right there and a little one there. They're hard to see, but if I try to focus, but see how it's consistent? If it's a repaint, you just figure that it would all be just a different hue or maybe a different color. But all of the paint looks like it's consistent. And then this too, see this here? I actually like to repaint this, but see the weather stripping? See how it has the little bit of the wear on the top of it? If there's body damage, the first thing they do is they replace this with brand new, and it's just mega chrome. You can replace this too if you want. But what I've always done is I just get masking tape. I get like a flat black or a flat silver, and you can repaint this and it looks really good. But as far as this door panel too, the pinstriping looks good. LS means the cloth interior, which I recommend. I don't like the LT, that fakey weird leather that they did. Chevy's leather interior, after a while it doesn't look very good. Okay, on this door jamb or whatever, the paint, it looks consistent. Look at that. It's just perfect. It hasn't been repainted in my opinion, but it's all just aged correctly. I don't even know if these door panels have been off. They see right here, you can always tell. You'll see a pry mark or something, because getting these off, you always break those little zip plastic things. Lights work. This is a pet peeve of mine. I hate when lights don't work. You know, cigarette lighter, or what's that called, cigarette thing. I can't believe they even put them here. It's funny someone would actually smoke. These are nice too, because these usually break off or they get bent. This door jamb, it looks consistent as well. The paint looks great. You can see all the paint. And then when you get to the weather stripping, it all looks just aged. It has that perfect felt, because this aftermarket weather stripping, it doesn't look as good as this factory. And see how it's felt and rubber? But right here, see, it's all, you know, factory. You can see the welds perfectly. And when they repaint, you can just always tell. It's always, especially like a gunmetal gray pewter. Right here, it's just nice and smooth. You can see the paint is consistent here and here. And the weather stripping is identical all the way down. And then it has the factory, you know, this, I don't know what you'd call it, trim. But you can see the door panel looks really nice. And then underneath, I don't know if you can see that good. Nice and clean. I don't have kids or nothing. I'm kind of older now, so I just collect Suburbans for fun. I don't have family, kids. I don't tow boats. I only buy big block 454s. Those are my favorites. All my Chevys, I just love the big engines, except for I got a Tahoe Limited. They only came with 350s. And then I got a two-door Tahoe. They only came with 350s. But all the Suburbans, I just love big blocks, you know. I think, can you see there? I'm kind of trying to hold my camera. Nice and clean. You know, you can see the spare, it has the original cover. But I think the headliner, just in amazing shape. All the seat belts work nice. Sorry I got stuff. I didn't know I was gonna film before I came. But I just want you to see the interior. Just nice, firm, no stains, no burns or rips. All the head rests are all intact. You can see in the back. And yeah, the seats look really nice. Okay, on the driver's door, okay, the door jamb, it just looks, you know, nice and dusty. The pewter, gray or silver, whatever you call it, see, there's just dust. It just doesn't look like it's been repainted. And all the weather stripping as well, it has the felt mixed with the rubber, and it's just perfect. It's just consistent the whole way, all the way down. And you know, hopefully you can see the paint without the sun. See, it's just consistent. It's all the same, you know, silver, all the welds. See how everything's just perfect. When it's repainted, it's just thicker, and sometimes the paint fills these in, but you can just see, in my opinion, it just looks like the factory. I've just had so many of these, and see the factory silver in there. You know, you can kind of see the hinges. Yeah, it looks nice. And then right here, see the scuffing looks consistent. And then see it from the factory, the two-tone, but it's perfect. It matches both. And then see, it's all worn the same. The other door has the same exact wear pattern there. Then underneath you can see, you know, like I said, the door's shut good and tight. I don't think you need to do anything to the weather stripping. It's nice and tight when you drive. And then here, you can see this is the original little vent, the original factory sticker. See the little plastic there? There's a film. And when you mess with these or put aftermarket stereos and stuff, this has always been taken apart and whatever. But in my opinion, I don't even know if this has been off, because I can see the original plastic underneath right there. There's the, I don't know, the VIN information, tire pressure and whatnot. You know, the door glass is in real nice shape. And then the door here, if it's repainted, see how perfect this sticker is? It's never this perfect. On an aftermarket paint job, if they got to do the door, it never looks this good. I mean, this has got to be a factory paint job. And look at the sticker. It's just, it literally looks like 1999 or whenever this, I don't know when it was made. Usually they're made in 98 and they debut in 99. But anyway, I think you can, if you want to see, you can just pause it. I'm just trying to keep the video short, but obviously it's going to be pretty long. You know what? Let me pop the hood. All the fuses are nice. And the dash too. I don't think the dash has even been undone. It's nice and crisp. With any Chevy, if you've had a bunch of these, you always got to kind of go like this. Kind of hit it a little bit, and then it's always right here. So if you're going to buy this and you've never had a Chevy, it's right there. But 99% of the time, you always got to kind of just go like that to the hood a little bit when you do the latch release, and then it'll pop up and then open it up. You know, it's got a new battery. Oil's pretty fresh. It's a bone stock Vortec 454. I don't mess with anything on these engines. I think they just got enough torque, enough power. I want reliability, air conditioning, pump. I'll start it and you guys can listen. Where I live, I can't have oil leaks and stuff due to the HOA. So when I park this, there's no drips like transmission fluid, power steering fluid, oil, radiator. Radiator, I think, is in good shape. Right now it's 20 degrees and I'm literally in shorts. And I definitely have the heater on. The little light works, which I like. I hate when these don't work. It actually bugs me. Overflow, I think, works fine. The brakes. The engine's just dirty. You know, it's not filthy, but it's just a dusty engine. You know, over the winter time, I like to kind of tinker with stuff, but I like to clean engines in that. So if I keep this, I usually love getting in the engine and getting a toothbrush and just cleaning and stuff. But I think in this, you just want to see the engine, how it's been for 23 years. In my opinion, I don't think it's ever been detailed, just because it has, like, you know, the residue and has a little bit of dirt, and you know, you can just see it's just, you know, this is probably, see, this is more silver, so the alternator probably is aftermarket. You know, alternators wear out every 5-10 years. Air conditioning, it does work fine, but it looks nice and stock. Belts are good, it's quiet. I'll start the engine in a second. But in my opinion, it's just a nice stock engine. It only has 136,000 miles, which is low. And, you know, for a 99, usually these Suburbans have 1,000,000 miles. If you buy this, I've got, I can't remember what that's called. I just call it the remote. And I've got a couple keys, you know, that I'll give you. And this opens and locks the doors. But I'm just going to start it real quick here. You know, there's no check engine lights. See how they all kind of blink and then they correct themselves? And then if you look right there, it says 136,980 miles. So it's got 136. It's just a bone stock stereo, and if you know the 97 stereo, it's not fancy. So, but all the cigarette lighter stuff works. The four-wheel drive, what I do is I put it in neutral. Excuse me. And then see right here, it says 4 high, 4 low. You just press it and see how it's a nice flashing button now. And then if you want to go in 4-wheel low, just hit it. And underneath my feet, you'll hear like a little bit of a clang. And then you can also go into all-wheel drive too. Like some people in the wintertime and snow, they just like to put it in this. And that way the truck itself figures out, do you need 4-wheel drive or 2-wheel drive automatically? Since this thing I don't really drive in snow or rain or nothing, I just keep it in 2-wheel drive 99.9% of the time. But the transfer case works really nice. Stereo works. Yeah, I mean, I don't really listen to CDs or cassettes or nothing. I just usually have it on the stereo. But it's just a bone stock stereo. And oh, what else? Oh, and then let's see. Oh, it has a dash cover, and look at the dash. No cracks, clean as a whistle. And this here, usually when you change the stereo, these little tabs get broken and it's really loose right here. But this dash is as tight as 1999. It's just perfect. But look at that, no cracks, just a perfect dash. So I don't think that this cover's ever been off, which I think is a good thing, because when these rattle and they crack, it's just absolutely annoying. It doesn't really need the dash mat, but I keep it on just because I don't want this dash, you know, if I keep it and I'm in the sun, I don't want any damage to the dash. So, but you can take the dash mat off if you don't want. Temperature gauge, it says it's 40 degrees right now, and I know for a fact that's not what it is. It's crystal clear. The sky, as you can see, is blue. And I think just the heat of the engine is kind of making it off, but that works. It just says 40, and there's a compass too. So if you put it in compass mode, you can see that I'm facing west. There's a W right there. But I keep it on temperature, I guess, so I can see how cold I am. The heater in back works too, and all the lights. It drives me nuts when all these lights don't work, but can you see in the middle? All the lights work. And if they didn't work, I'd fix them, because I love everything to work as good as possible. So, okay, let's just go to the engine. Or here, I'll rev it a little bit. Can you guys hear? Sorry about I just realized the door thing was on. Sorry about that. I know that's annoying. Okay, I'm gonna rev it, just listen. Just super smooth. Transmission shifts like butter. And I've had so many of these, I know exactly how this transmission should shift. And it does. Hopefully you can just hear it. Nice and smooth. There's no little stumbles. You know, like sometimes when an engine idles, it kind of stumbles every 5 or 10 seconds. This is just a beautiful purr. Doesn't miss a beat. You could literally just put a cup of coffee, you know, and just set it on your battery, and I don't think it would even move. But I think with the nice low miles and the care of this, the previous ownership from 1999, they probably did oil changes, transmission services. Most people that take care of this, you know, and these Suburbans weren't cheap. These things were on par with a Corvette in 1999, especially when you got the 454 and the 4x4, the dual package, the dual paint. When I buy a Suburban, I like to see the previous ownership. You know, did they love it? Did they care for it? Because I'm not looking to buy someone's headache, that's for sure. But I think whoever owned this from new cared for it up to, well, here it is, what, 2023 almost. So this thing's almost, what, 23 years old. Okay, that's kind of the outside. I know the video's at 26 minutes, and sorry to take so long, but if you're watching to buy it, you know, I think that you guys don't mind seeing what's up. Okay, the back, let me just show you back inside. I got some of my personal stuff here, but let me just show you the inside. The doors are nice, the carpet, there's no leaks. And like I said, I've never had this in the snow or rain, but I don't know if the back works, but I bet it does because everything else on this works. And then, excuse me, if you see the inside of these hinges, see how the paint is just perfect? It's all consistent, it all matches. So if there was massive damage to this, you know, 20 years ago, 10 years ago, 5 years ago, I just think you could tell the match, you know, the paint would be off a little bit. Because I don't see an insurance company putting a $10,000 paint job on this. A little bit of dirt, but you can just see it's all consistent. It looks like bone stock factory weather stripping. And you can really tell when this has all been done. See how it's smashed in? That's how it should look. See how nice and tight all the, you know, you can see the headliner, how nice it is. All the speakers work too, by the way. Usually they break down and they sound pretty crappy, you know, because they tear and whatnot, but it's just a bone stock stereo. There's nothing fancy, but all the stereos in the front, in the door, and these work. And then here, these solenoids look nice. Right here, the paint looks absolutely factory, and you can see the weather stripping. See how it's just worn perfectly. And then right here, the sticker, this is from the factory. And if this was repainted or broken in any way, there's no way that anyone would go and order this factory sticker. But look at how clean it is. It just looks perfect. You know, and this isn't a show car by any means. I actually like to drive my stuff, you know, but I got this. I always run jumper cables in the winter because I don't know if I'll get a dead battery. This thing's fired right up every time. So if you buy this, I think the battery's, I think it's only 6 months old. I can't remember, but it's, you don't need a battery. This is a carpet pad, you know, but if you look underneath, it's nice and clean. I know in the video it might not look that great, but it's just nice and clean. There's no water damage, no dog hair. There's not even one hair in this. If I even had a hair here, what I do is I get masking tape or duct tape, but I can't stand even hair. You know, and I love dogs, but I just don't like dog hair. I don't like anything in my trucks or cars or whatnot. But the back looks nice and fresh. This comes out, of course. You just, you know, you guys figure it out. So, okay, there's that. Now, and remember, always shut the left first. Because whenever I see someone not knowing a Suburban, if you shut it the other way, man, you can really mess up all this beautiful glass and whatever. But just remember, the left side always shuts first, and then watch how nice this shuts. Just beautiful, you know, nice. So anyway, and then here's the back view. See how the bumper is nice? It's just nice and consistent all the way across. And then you can see right here, see the paint? It looks nice. It matches here to here. And then that's the original emblem. It's aged, and you can just tell it's never been off. Because when you take this stuff off and put a new one on or reapply it, you can just tell. And then see how the paint, it looks perfect when you transition from left to right. And then here too, you know, it's not perfect by any means, and like I said, it's not a show car. Right now, the original one, this one is an aftermarket cap, but if you want the original size, I left this on. You could, it just puts it in here and it'll hold it. But I like to have my cap here when I change the gas or put gas in. I just like to go like this and get it out of the way. So, but anyway, you can put it, just the original one in, put it in there, and then it just holds the cap. You know, it's very, very simple. Okay, there we go. And then you can just see the rubber marks here. Everything looks really perfect here. Look, you know, the paint looks good. The original, see that? You can tell it's never been removed. See, there's not even like those are Torx, but a really nice job. Like I said, all the tires, they all match. They're the same brand. They're just bone stock, nothing fancy. I'll just show you the wheel wells and then I'll climb underneath. Wheel wells are just kind of blackish, dirty. You can see like the light orangey rust. It's not deep rust. It's just, you know, you can paint it and just get it off, you know, but, you know, when you live, you know, this thing started in Nevada, been up in Utah, you're gonna get a dirty undercarriage. So, God, let me shut this. Sorry if let me shut the truck off. Sorry if there's that alarm in the back. I didn't realize how annoying that is. Okay. Holy cow, it's cold. I'm just in I gotta, you know, I'm in Salt Lake City. So if you fly in, you know, it's about 20 minutes away. Let me get underneath here. I just put a towel down. My nose is starting to run. Sorry if I'm sniffing here. Yeah, it looks like my video is 30 minutes already, so just fast forward. This water is not from the Suburban. It's the water from the roof that's frozen. Okay. Okay, underneath, you can just see it's not been detailed. You know, you can just wash it if you want to over the winter or just jack it up. It's just got the rusty orange kind of color, but there's no rot. There's no massive rust going through, you know, well, let's see. You can see the leaf springs, good shape, just the orange. See the orange? And then see the suspension. And then here there's a little, see the little dent? Let me show you. I noticed on my picture, I forgot to mention this. See how there's like a little dent right here? A dent person, or if I keep the Suburban, I'll just give someone 50 bucks. They can massage this out. But let me show you the inside. It's not from rust. But can you guys see it? I can't get my head up there, but hopefully you can hear me okay. But yeah, it looks like someone probably backed into something, but there's no paint. There's really no paint damage, so whatever it wasn't like another car or something brisk. But what I do is just, you know, get one of those dentless repair guys. What they do is they get on the inside. They have these blocks and these metal devices, and what they do is they massage it out. But you can see, I think it's even original paint, because like I said, see how it just blends perfectly, and it's all aged perfectly too. And then this, I don't think it's ever been off because it has that little bit of sun damage right here. So anyway, there's that. And then let me show you. Okay, if you can see underneath, you know, the pumpkin part, the differential, there's no leaks. It's just dirty, dusty. And let me go on the other side where the exhaust is. Hold on, I gotta get up here. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. The whole inside of the truck, see how it's nice and gray and clean? That's how this whole Suburban is. It's just that where the frame part is, where there's dust, and if you live like in San Pete or southern Utah, the dirt is actually this color. So a lot of times you can just get underneath, power wash it, scrub it with a wire brush, and then just buy some nice undercoating, you know? And it should last nice. You know, the brakes work good, all the seals, there's no brake leaking. It brakes like it should. I'll try to put my phone, you know, just more up underneath here where you can see. So let me, boy, I picked the wrong day to wear shorts. Oh wait, you can see here it's just nice and clean. Can you see down there? Oh, here's a good shot. There you can kind of see it's just dusty, kind of, you know, dirty. But yeah, nothing massive. You can tell this is a West Coast Suburban. If you get in the Midwest or where they use salt, you can really tell. Okay, let me hold my camera. Okay, you can see the bottom. See how clean it is? It's never this clean if you've got a massive headache on your hands. The brackets to the step sides are good. You can still see the original paint. The only thing is just the ugly frame, you know, and like I said, it's just scrape it off. You know, this is just ugly, good old, you know, bare 23-year-old, but there's nothing through it. See, look, it even, you know, and if I keep the Suburban, that's what I'll do. I'll pay someone to clean the frame and I'll just undercoat it nice. Transmission is original. Can you see it? See the cross members? They're nice and straight. I don't see any bends or any damage. Usually if the frame's twisted or something, you know, you can kind of tell that way. Let me hope I don't drop my phone. Right here, look at how nice and clean. You know, like I said, you can tell this is a West Coast truck. The pan looks real nice. The exhaust is all just stock. And then when you go to the exhaust, can you see the exhaust? It's got the original exhaust. It's not loud. There is a catalytic converter. I guess people are stealing them now because they're valuable, but but it does pass. This passes Utah emissions, which is pretty much as strict as California. You can see the inside of the frame, nice and clean. See all the lines? All fresh, no leaks, no damage, no bends. And then up here, hopefully I don't drop my phone here. My hands are so cold I can't even hold. There's the pan to the transfer case transmission area. You know, and then there's the cross member. You can just see just the ugly dirt, you know, and whatever, but nice and clean. Just good old-fashioned steel. No rust, no bubbling, no, you know, nothing crazy. Let me go to the front of the truck. Well, this is definitely my longest video. Thanks for watching. If you're on my YouTube channel, I got a Suburban here that I'm selling, so I thought I'd just do a video. Okay, let me oh, whoops, if it's upside down, I apologize. Okay, the front's pretty clean. Front bumper, as you can tell, there's no bashes or dings or, you know, just a real nice clean bumper. Underneath looks nice. It has the original hooks if you ever need to tow something or pull something out. The hubs, oh, my hands are so cold right now, I'm about ready to drop this phone. You can see the tire tread. The hubs are nice and clean, just dirty. The rubber boots, can you see that? Just nice. Looks good. The skid plate, you can see the skid plate. It doesn't have any smashes in it, like four-wheeling or whatever. And then on this side, hopefully you can see there, just nice and clean. Rubber boots are good. Okay. And then I got my phone underneath as much as I can. So you know, the chassis is nice. It's just dirty. And I didn't clean it. I didn't want to touch it because if there's any leaks or any major chaos, I just want you guys to be able to see it on video so you can pause it, blow the video up. I'm recording, I think, in 4K. I got a brand new Samsung here, so hopefully it's filming pretty good. Okay. All right. Alrighty. Holy cow, it's cold. All right. Okay, well, the video's over 30. I was trying to do it in 15 minutes, but anyway, I love it. It's a nice truck. I committed to buy actually a Hummer, believe it or not, and so I'm just probably going to sell this and go from there. But I'm kind of selling Peter to afford Paul. I definitely don't need to sell this. It's just, you know, I never drive it. It just sits. But, you know, it's got new plates, new emissions. You know, if you do buy it, I have no doubt this will drive across the country and back. It drives really smooth, too. If your speed limit's 75 to 80 with these newer tires, and they're just basic tires. They're not mud tires. They're not aftermarket. They're just a nice stock running Suburban. It actually rides real smooth, even though it's a 2500. It runs really nice. All right, well, okay, well, if you're watching this video, I know you got my contact info. It's got a clean title too, by the way, no salvage, no nothing. I'm not a dealership, so if you want to buy it, you can say you paid $10 for this thing. It's up to you. So yeah, just get a hold of me. I think it's a great Suburban. I think you'd be real happy if you bought it. And that's it. So okay, and then this. Okay, hopefully you can kind of see it from that angle too. Okay, guys. All right, well, thanks for watching. I know it's 42-minute video, but anyway, if you watch the whole thing, I appreciate it. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Thanks.